This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of May 31st, 2022. I'm Wes Mills. Governor Eric Holcomb calls himself the happiest governor in America, and following multiple capital investment projects announced last week, he probably has reason to. More than $4.5 billion in projects, including Lilly and Company announcing more than $2 billion to build facilities in Boone County, and global automaker Stellantis announcing a $2.5 billion investment in Kokomo. Those projects were capped off by the inaugural Global Economic Summit in Indianapolis. The governor appeared on Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick.
And I feel like we don't just have traction, we've got serious momentum going forward. The key will continue to be to make sure we've got the workforce skilled up to fill these careers, because success attracts success. And as you can tell by the attendees here already, they love what they see.
Kokomo, traditional old line automotive town, manufacturing town. This new investment obviously is in the future in terms of electric vehicles. Do you sense the transformation basically for the manufacturing economy, and in particular in Kokomo?
Yeah, and we have to be in lockstep with that transition. And this is kind of putting our flag in the ground that Indiana is not just an attractive place to grow, but to grow the kind of jobs that are going to be around for generations. And that was a huge statement by Stellantis and Samsung SDI to come to Indiana. Fierce competition. And we have to understand who our competition is and have packages that we can present that are not just competitive, but that can win the day. And
on Friday, the governor signed a memorandum of understanding with the United Kingdom, which he says will expand investments and exports between the two. It's the first ever state-level agreement for the UK. Indiana wants to take a lead role in the semiconductor industry for the U.S. The Indiana Economic Development Corporation announced the formation of the Accelerating Microelectronics Production and Development Task Force. The IEDC says the AMPD will lead the state's efforts to become the leading state in the semiconductor industry by accelerating microelectronics research and innovation. The task force is made up of industry experts, research universities, and public institutions. The Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne is seeing a return to normalcy in terms of event bookings. However, officials tell the Journal-Gazette staffing levels and ticket sales are still slow to recover following the pandemic. In an annual report to the Allen County Fort Wayne Capital Improvement Board, Coliseum managers said the venue saw an increase of 38% in space usage over the previous year. However, that number is still 30% below the 2019 levels. Staffing at the Coliseum and the nearby Grand Wayne Convention Center also remains a problem. The paper says there is a proposed plan to raise the hourly wage by $2 an hour. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
IBJ Media delivers business news covering central Indiana and the entire state. The Indianapolis Business Journal and Inside Indiana Business are now part of the same family. Look to the IBJ for in-depth coverage of central Indiana's business community, and tap into Inside Indiana Business for stories that extend throughout Indiana. 2 resources, unlimited business insights that help you stay informed and get ahead. Learn more at ibj.com and insideindianabusiness.com.
Illinois-based Meats by Lynn's will today break ground on its 120,000 square foot meat packing facility in Hammond. The meat processor says the project will bring more than 300 jobs to the city. The company is investing $35 million in the facility, which will be built on vacant land at the former site of the Queen Anne Candy Plant in Hammond. Hammond Economic Development Director Ann Anderson.
What they're creating here in Hammond, when they move into it, it's going to be state-of-the-art. And so to use an underutilized parcel and building new, fabulous.
The city says the facility is expected to open in late 2023. Greenwood-based Wrights Gymnastics is opening the door today to its new 36,000 square foot facility at Grand Park Sports Campus in Westfield. Wrights 360 Movement Academy will offer traditional gymnastics, ninja, and dance, as well as an academic preschool. Wrights operates 6 locations throughout Indiana. Indianapolis Public Schools is planning a solar energy project that it says could save the district $45 million over the next 30 years. The IPS Board of School Commissioners approved an agreement with Carmel-based Sun Fund Ed to develop, finance, and operate solar energy systems for the district. The project's plans include both roof and land-based solar installations at 20 schools. I'm Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.